Good afternoon, Airbus Cockpit Coach here from a very loud Schiphol. Sorry for the wrong thumbnail being up earlier on. It was I've updated that now, but we're doing the Schiphol Luton. I'm intent on giving FS2 crew another go. Hello, Chris. Alaric, good afternoon to you. It's a bit noisy out here, isn't it? It was raining here a little while ago, just moments ago. So it's not wonderful weather here in Amsterdam. I've had a play around with the settings, learned from the lessons of yesterday, and we've got a push to talk now for FS2 crew. So we've got to remember to set all that properly, but we'll hopefully have a bit more success with that. I was fighting with the first officer on approach to Amsterdam last night, so all very interesting. And but yeah, it's a good package, and it's certainly got its place. So I wanted to give it another shot, make sure we're giving it the best go we can. I have also just downloaded your controls as well, so I'm sort of getting ready to do some shared cockpit flying. So any of the channel members interested in that, can perhaps put something in the members on chat on Discord, and we can run through that and have a bit of a play. You can do a bit of a virtual type rating or something, or just go from A to B. I can talk you through the real world procedures and help you along in terms of your own flying experience, or just for a social. So we can do a bit of that. But yeah, we're going to take the 320, the Phoenix 320, back over to London Luton and check out how FS2 works. So I now have a different trigger point set up for that. So and we are back on BatSim as easy 84 Tango Victor today. So we'll have a play with that all. And I'll just go down and make sure got sound on as well. Let me know that the volumes are too high or too low on ATC when they all pop up, or FS2 crew. Make some adjustments. Nicholas, good afternoon. Right, let's get this thing. I can instruct my first officer. I think we've got Dan today. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
Battery voltages were good. We need computers to come onto online before we do anything else up there. So 84 Tango Victor, Amsterdam, London Luton. A320 CFM checks, and small underload today. So limiting factor 0 fuel weight. 6.7 today. Headwind component, massive. 4.8 tons of fuel. Weather. The Luton 310 at 7. Looking out the window. It's a gloomy British weather day, isn't it, out there at 1024. Pressure's reasonably high. Visibility's worsening as we go on. First officers doing their thing. Destination alternate Manchester. At 900 feet there. Broken 1000, but the winds are light. In Schiphol 2208, all the 9s. View at 500 feet, broken 800. So yeah, it was just raining. We sighted the stream. So yeah, weather's pretty rubbish, isn't it? It's just gloomy, rubbish weather. Stop prohibit symbol. Yes, that's what I need to look at. I pressed the big red cross instead yesterday. I thought, alright, let's just stop it all. But thank you for that, Alaric. It's I just hit what's red. Correct. Red things usually mean off, stop, abort, don't they? So, but you're right, that is also red. We'll bear that in mind. Hopefully, and we did get IDG overheats, and now I'm sort of trying to research that and why that's happening. It's only happened while I started using FS2 crew. So I've had a fire emergency exit open on the test flight, and now I've had 2 IDG overheats. That's
I'm out for the walk around.
okay. I don't know if that's a GSX interaction piece or not, but so far I don't know what to do to potentially avoid that. We'll see what happens on this one. I think every flight I've done so far I've had some kind of failure, which isn't wonderful. Right, so let's get the box set up. So wait, just do the overhead sweep. Test those. Get that on. Yeah, test. FO's done their bit up there. IRS. We'll get the navs on. No smoking to auto. Emergency exit lights armed. They've got the APU on already. Very keen to get going, clearly. Oxygen pressure 1800 psi over there.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
That was very quick. Are you sure we're going to do it again? Really a wet day. I have actually I've increased the countdown timer on FS2 crew to 2 times speed because it was almost a little bit too long. So let's have a look at our data first to make sure we are. M56 Airbus 320-200. The date today. I've not updated that. There's not enough database update. Is that tomorrow, isn't it? Eight, 4 Tango Victor. Index was 7. -220 -21 forecast. Temperatures 15 currently. Throw that in. High tropopause, so that's 42,139.
Schiphol traffic, Alpine 83 Romeo Alpha, pushing back from standard.
Still in the winds.
Schiphol traffic.
So 2.4 is what they're using real world. So we're going 2.4 on the Falco Free Sierra. Sounds right in my mind. From experience, and ILS 2.5. 2.5, and this one in November. Inserts for that 242, 241. Oh, there we go. Spot on. See with that. Raise some charts up. Got my own fly pad on the fly here in front of me. But for the benefit of chat, of course, we want to be. Let's get a look what we're doing. Yeah, put up. Valks. Here are nav. So coming to 4, 50, below 100. $2,500 there. Alpha Mike 009, 009, and initial climb clearance at 6. I'll throw that in now. A mini FCU doing its thing, hopefully. Yep, 6 in, 6,000 blue. 0. Low transition here. So we've got that one starred. So for departure, references are generally made off Papa Lima or hard tune.
Schiphol
15-7.
Alpine
Oh, no,
A3 Romeo
108.
Alpha taxiing hold 124 via Alpha.
1084. That one there. Closest one first. One resting. 1084. That's why we cross-check everything. Alright. If and G4. One-way track is 237. Go out to 25 over the ocean, over this North Sea by that point, and hold in there. Bound. Line out in case we pop an engine. No company message. Not getting the prelim flight plans. I don't know why I haven't got I haven't been getting the prelims recently. I do like a prelim. I'm normally working off some kind of information before I get to an aircraft or get the early stages of setup. IRSs are online. Now we can run a quick check of the route point. Sensible. Oh, get a level boarding underway, do we? So you want real time loading or instant? You want to save time or do you want the real time chat? Reference. Go instant, can do. Put it in there, we're ready to go. The 173, 173, just 1.5 tons in there, 4.8 on the fuel. I-31-3, I-31-3. First officer should be validating as well. Let's check of fuel. 4.8 balanced. alternate, just double check all this. .3 for Manchester. 0.5. Call it 1.4, but 0.5's gone in. So a little bit of extra time, not too much to play with, but get the route reserve drop in. Hopefully. Getting ready. Loading us, isn't it? This is where it goes a bit wrong. Look, it started the boarding sequence. So this is FS2 crew now, won't it? Be throwing things in. And what I'll do is code sheet. Be good for config 1. Full length, let's calculate that. 50, 50, 52, 1 down 568. Seems sensible. Pretty long runway, so we're working from. Add in, let's cross check 3 times and displayed altitude is sensible as well. Not do I have this tablet page on the Real A320? Well, not quite like this, and I certainly don't have a center MCDU option. Be nice to have, wouldn't it? Although there's an important verification step that takes away, where we'd cross-check all that out as we input it into the box. First officer and captain. So, yeah, similar things. We don't need that one over there, do we? Kind of similar stuff, but yeah, not looking quite like that. Nav. No variation, so that's looking good. Two small screens next to the terrain button. That's the CP DLC ECDU screens. So basically, these are messages we'll get from ATC, and then we use the system to respond, read and respond, acknowledge, or even make requests ourselves. Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
It's going to be a left-hand seat. Takeoff, runway 24, full length. First cleared altitudes, flight level 60. And we're on the Valcos 3 Sierra departure. And MSAs for the climb out. We're pretty much, well, we're straight into the 1800, so a bit of low MSA here. Not too much to worry about. Terrain, as anyone familiar with Amsterdam area will know. Extra fuel and time at the moment is only 8 minutes, but I expect a bit of that to drop in on the route reserve, so that should improve as we get going. Would have liked a bit more, but boys are Simbury. I could have intervened, I suppose. But that will get us there from experience. Hotspots for the taxi today. So we're here on the hotel stands. We'll go take the inner taxiway Alpha. We're just touching into a hotspot 5 here. Hotspot, I think it's numbered. It's just hotspot, isn't it? HSHS. There'll be traffic vacating. 18 left, so we'll just keep an eye out. Taxiing is obviously an interesting one at Schiphol, but once you get your head around the flow system, it's not too bad. You mean these, say Toga? Right, in terms of takeoff performance, calculated, happy with that. Engine altitude, we got it in the box, straight out 25 miles and hold. I'm happy to come in here with plenty of options runway wise for return, so Schiphol is sensible, although we've got some low cloud, so depends if we have what the failure is if we experience one. And no non-standard ops other than we're using FS2 crew, and it's thrown a few wobbles in my last few flights in terms of tech and so forth, so failures, but we'll see how we roll with that. And that's in uncontrolled airport. Any questions?
No questions.
Excellent. So, briefing complete. So we've got a cabin door open. What's our status outside? What we're doing? Okay, so we got rid of GSX. So we just go in here and close up ground services. Get that one shut. That's ADI for tracking VORs. Should we have a failure of conventional systems, computer systems, and this is the ISIS, Integrated Standby Information System. So it's a backup instrument. It displays a lot more than quite useful. Track localizer as well. And I've got a separate video on that. If you want to have a look at the SIS. Basically standbys, backups. Say Toga. Right, I think we're not in a bad place. Have a look. What's first officer been up to? The fuel's loaded, therefore I can get the bumps on. Transfer the bus over on AP. Belt should now be on. No. Okay, and can I get a push? Anybody around out here? There's a few heavies. Still got the GPU connected. Let's get it all off. Right. Are they really used, say Toga? Actually, we do make reference, so we sometimes on climate, when we change to a flight level, we'd still keep this on to local pressure, so we can see our height above the local terrain for a longer period of time. I guess the hope is that they're not really used, but they do have cross-checking advantages sometimes to make sure things are sensible.
Locking gear.
Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 150, VR 150, V2 152, 68 degrees. V1 150, VR 150, V2 152, flexing 68 degrees.
V1 150, VR 150, V2 152. Windows,
Closed.
beacon,
On.
before start checklist completed.
Okay, and parking brake released. Started the clock.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Schiphol traffic. Easy 84 Tango Victor, push and start. Hotel 3. Oh. Starting engine 1.
Okay,
Schiphol traffic easy 98 November Lima, vacate runway 18 right.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Parking gear.
Starting engine 2.
okay.
Toll track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
It goes start on 2. So mode selector back to norm. That triggers the first officer flow. And I'll do my bits as well. Do terrain first officer side. To 1215. Anyone see a pin anywhere? Ground crew. There we go. They're gone. After start checklist.
Anti-ice,
Off.
ECAM status,
Checked.
pitch trim,
No, I have got it set to for the first officer to set the pitch trim. That's just yeah, it's probably which one this is. %, set.
rudder trim,
Neutral.
after start checklist completed.
Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full right. Full left. Neutral.
Yeah, Alaric, maybe. Good point. Didn't mention it in the departure brief. So I'd probably have to manually insert it into the I didn't run the briefing, so I've asked not to include it. It's probably why, because I'm doing my own brief rather than the. You can get the automated one; it reads out itself based on the information you put in. So that would make sense out of it actually. So we've done that. On that page. On the hurry.
Schiphol traffic, KLM 787 pushing back down the Echo 7, Schiphol traffic.
Schiphol traffic, easy 84, Tango Victor's taxiing Hotel Golf in the Alphas to runway 24, Schiphol. Okay, just release parking brake. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
My taxi lights on, excellent. Brakes. Rough. Wipers on.
Schiphol traffic, easy 98 November Lima, crossing runway 18 center.
Wipers off. Let's get out of it and clear left side.
Clear right side.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto. On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
EHAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Got a heavy pulling out over there. Gonna be pulling out into my direction. Not waiting. Oops. Yes, always nice to see a 7.4. Let's admire. They take routes from here over to down to Santiago. They do a bit of a round robin those. They go Santiago and up to Miami and back into Amsterdam. Flights, and they obviously have different routes, but that's clear left side.
Clear right side.
So just monitoring the brakes as well there. Make sure, because we've got a long taxi, it's where you want to be nice to the brakes. Not many people about here today. Heavies. I think this will change next week. This will be there's not be a few A380s later in the week, I'm sure. Alright, which one do we want to go with? Sierra 7. Sierra 7 whiskey, can't we? Departure checklist. Clear for departure.
Takeoff runway confirm. Approach path, clear of traffic.
There for a second. First officer do their thing. Having crew seats for takeoff. Schiphol traffic easy. 84 Tango Victor's departing runway 24. Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
T4 confirmed.
Runway 24 confirmed. TCAS.
T8 RA.
Packs 1 and 2.
Off.
Line up checklist completed.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Leave my lights off. You turn the lights off. Right, 0152, climb Napoli 1FD2, stop climb 6000, 1023, no change. Excellent. Let's have a quick look outside. Okay. Takeoff.
Check.
Amplex 68 SRS, auto thrust blue.
Checked. Thrust set. .100 knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Schiphol traffic, KLM 787 taxi to runway
Positive
24
climb.
via Bravo and
Gear up.
Alpha Bravo, Schiphol traffic.
Gear up.
Autopilot 1 on. Lever climb, thrust climb, climb, auto thrust.
Packs are on.
Temperature plus 16, good on icing at the moment. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flap 0.
No ATC online.
Meow.
Got a cat. And we'll go 220, sorry. Climb. Open climb. All standard.
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level 041.
041 was it?
Now.
Right, checked. Alaric, no, it's an RMP for runway 24. Why we didn't get the runway. The message is going to be a load sheet, isn't it? Traffic, same level. Crossing away.
Schiphol traffic, Transavia 5 Zulus, past the Delta 18 pushing back.
Yeah, there's a couple of less capable runways at Schiphol. Runway 9er, also 9 and 24, probably your least capable. Trying to think, 36. .36 left as well. That's not normally used as an arrival. A lot of those runways, those 9 and 24, don't even have lead-in lights, approach lighting. But not short of other runways at Schiphol. So, seatbelts off. Okay, Radnav.
Okay.
And secondary as well, we can secondary copy active. Cost index in. So yeah, I want to have a play with your controls, so I'm looking for a victim we can jump in the cockpit with. Maybe open one of the Discord voice chats and have a play with it, see how good it is. So I was looking for the lists of aircraft on there, and the Phoenix wasn't included, although I know people have played around with the Phoenix, and equally the 777's not on there from PMDG, and I've seen people using it for that. So interesting to see functionality. Happy to jump in the fly-by-wire. Seem to have the atom frequency, so we can just for a moment. Roll back out. So yeah, your controls. But people have reported that it works. So see. Oh, right. Okay. So separate config link and the link. Yep. Please do, Alec. I'm keen to explore this. We're going to have some fun with that side of things. Shame that the shared cockpit piece was, well, it was planned for 2024.
Midlands ground, how copy?
But it's going to be later down the line, isn't it? Also do with clearing out Hey Ted, good afternoon to you. Having another play with FS2 crew and just talking about your controls there. Keen to get some flying done. Panel members on your controls, share cockpit stuff. So I have downloaded it. It's all I can see. I can set up I can host and the little code and username and all those things, but I need to line up some victims.
1,000 to go.
Correct. Excellent, Ted. Pleased to hear it. I'll have to, Alex just putting some details in for the Phoenix, I think, where to get the configuration for it. So in the Discord. So Speed Out Star, have a look at that and have a play. I'm able to send the link through the Discord server. Links are not allowed. Right. I will sort that. I think I've mentioned a few times. I will ask my bot politely to Mac not be so hard on you. I'll have to play with it after landing. Let's get into bot world. Mac out cruise. Yeah, I'll tell the bot to lighten up a bit. Hey Yank, is there a way to know when exactly I started? Well, at the moment, probably not. I keep you all on your toes. I'm just life's been a bit spontaneous, so I'm being a bit spontaneous, but. We've usually done an early one on a weekend, on a Sunday or Saturday. Yeah, getting the odd late one in recently, later one, as I've been out. Been out working in Geneva for the last few weeks, so there hasn't been too much going on. Well, there's been lots going on, but just not on the, not in the sim. Right, let's just do some arrival performance. Good. I need landing weights. Six knot headwind. EasyJet Stream, why is my cost index always so high in the operational flight plan? Depends, I guess, what you're using to get your information that goes into it. Is it sort of a Simbury standard, or generally low cost carrier will be low cost index as a rule of thumb. We're 7 today. Probably more often than not using 4, but it depends on the aircraft I'm in. So I fly 321NX and the 319 as well as the 320. They do vary slightly. Right. 1024. $14 08 right, and wind 310 at 7. Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a left-hand seat landing into runway 25 at Luton, and let's bring up our charts, or not. Here we go. We're in this 1 November. 220, 140 at off GS at max 250 knots, then 80, 220 at Zagazzo. Hopefully we don't need to go all the way up there, expecting to shortcut, and got no ATC online currently. Let's just have a quick look at that. Oh, no, just Heathrow line at the moment. So traffic shouldn't be a factor. Bring up the chart for runway 25. Platform altitude 3000. Standard 3-degree glide slope. Minimums. Mm. 840 is this one. If we go to Cat 2 or 3, it's going to go 840 in. Do that one. Okay, 708. Cat 1. Conditions are expected. Missed approach. Climb to 3000 straight ahead to 2.3 India Lima Juliet outbound 1500. Whichever's later, then turn left onto track 088. Continue climb to 3000 then as directed. It's fine. We've done the guidance for the approach. So we're expecting ILS flat full. And a VLS of 1383 in there. And in terms of fuel, an extra 18 minutes, so potentially enough for another try now. We'll go. Didn't need reverse full. We haven't planned for reverse full. We're based on reverse idle and medium auto brake, but tend to throw a bit more reverse in to take the heat off the brakes. We're certainly turning around quickly. Hotspots. We do have hotspots. Hotspots you consider as we vacate, because we're expecting to come off that hotel. Bring that chart up. Hotspot 1 there, so just be wary of that. Vacating right hotel is what I expect, and Bravo around to stands. Approaching top of descent. No non-standard ups. It's just FS2 crew. That's in uncontrolled airports. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, let's we're in this speed descent. Go 180 blue for now. That's our next. And now we go 140. 140 blue, but 180 magenta. Cabin crew top of descent. Say Toga, what's the best time to hit the approach button, and do you have any indication to tell you on the displays? So obviously we need to activate approach phase in the MCDU first, but that's different to hitting the approach button. You want to be obviously cleared and on, if ATC give you a turn, it's best to level out first on that heading, and then if they're cleared you to intercept the ILS, then push it at that point. Generally once cleared, once you're cleared and inbound. No hard and fast rule, and there's nothing that will tell you on the displays. So there we are, coming in. Gonna head up and over. We'll take a shortcut. Traffic depending on what's going on VATSIM, but ground is on at Stansted. One to depart at Luton. Other than that, nothing in our way. Just wind turbines and clouds to look at. I think I've got a separate video on the whether it's baro or decision height, and there's obviously a few factors to consider, and it depends on the weather conditions at the time. So because conditions are expected to be Cat 1, we're going with the 708 here. It all depends on what your limits are. So the pilot will have a limit, the airfield will have a limit. Pilot's limited training wise. There may be, the aircraft could be limited by minimum equipment lists items and defects, and the ground station, the ILS, can also be limited as well. If I had a backup generator out and only one generator, for example, you wouldn't be allowed to do Cat 3B ILS. So, taking all that to account, you will want to go with generally the lowest option, based on, or the highest minimums based on what you can get away with. I guess, unless you're borderline, you're marginal, it's good practice then to brief for the next level up, so we're borderline Cat 2 conditions or Cat 3. You brief up and be prepared for that approach. So if to brief it up, make sure you're set up for it in advance. We couldn't just decide on the fly. Actually, it's looking a bit bad on the approach, so let's go Cat 3. It needs to be properly thought through in advance. But bottom of your charts there, and you'd also see decision altitude and height there at the top charts too. So in this case we've got a runway altitude of 508, so it's 200 feet above the runway here at Luton. This approach is our minimums. Obviously using this information, we've got all the 9s here, which means visibilities 10 kilometres or more essentially, and scattered at 1500 feet, broken 2100. So once we get by 1500 feet, there's nothing in our way visibility wise. Say Togo, this is a good one. So whenever I'm speaking to the passengers, this is what I use this for. They like to know the height of the aircraft in kilometres. So as a quick reference, you've got meters there at the top. We're now 5 kilometres above the ground, for example. Quick reference. That's what I use it for. More often than not. You asked that question earlier. Yank, yes it is, and we will do that for the purposes of training using a Cat 3 if the conditions are Cat 1. Yeah, absolutely, that's allowed. As long as everybody is qualified and you meet all the requirements, in any case, whether it's good visibility or not, you still have to meet the training, the technical and the airport requirements for it. So I have to complete my operator a Cat 3 auto land every 3 months, and try and do that in the sim where we can. It's a little bit more difficult in the summer because it's all those conditions is generally more favourable. Generally flying in Cat 1 most of the time, or visual approaches. So we do have to sometimes jump into the sim to make that requirement be met, or before we expire we would do one out on the line. Generally speaking, we get away with it on the line, flying, European short haul as I do, short to medium. Long haul pilots obviously struggle with landings in general in terms of getting those in, so they have to go into the sim just for landings. So I imagine they're in all the time, having to do Cat 3s as well. First officer's side. Had no failures today, which is good. Well, I think not yet anyway. Things worked today. Maybe that wasn't... It wasn't FS2 crew causing those issues the last few days. Well, we did things a bit differently. Obviously, we didn't let GSX board, so I'm still in my mind thinking, is there a GSX interaction issue? Well, I need to perhaps deselect a few boxes in terms of settings there, because obviously we got rid of instant boarding and then we had everything turn up still. Now, good shortcut here and go over Stansted. I think I'll going on there, a couple of departures. Probably not wise, so I'll go a little bit further north and then come down from the north. Kind of think will happen at night, flying back in. I wouldn't mind about weather radar, that works. Is that coming to 2024? Have we got a weather radar coming? As I sit here looking at this bank of clouds, I really want a weather radar. We've got everything else. We can throw in traffic. In addition to traffic, weather's the big one that messes my day up. Makes it a little bit more interesting, whichever way you look at it. You do spend a lot of time deviating in the real world. Nice to be able to bring that into the sim. El Jonama TV has subscribed. Welcome. Hope I pronounced that right. Thousand to go, almost.
$1,000 to go.
Checked. What do we think about the avatars of the models? I mean, I've taken them out because I think they're a bit scary. But it'd be interesting to see how much of a frame hit having an avatar in the cockpit is. I haven't tried that. Alright, I'm going to start bringing us down. 80, so we've had a T-call. Cross-side open descent, 80 blue. We're going to shortcut the approach because we've got nobody around online. This is what we'll do. Real world. Maintain current heading for the moment to get clear of Stansted, which is high. Let them too much. Ice. Anti-ice. Oh, plus 11. Keep an eye on that. Well, okay, we're increasing again. Yeah, I'd probably, if I'd, well, it depends what they would have given me as a return on the radar. It may have been one to avoid, but it was looking like a bit of an evil bank earlier, that group of clouds. Bring the speed back now to 250. Crossing the speed restriction point. Low profile. Expecting the shortcut. I think we've got some time to do give the share cockpit a go. There are Alaric on Stansted. I think, thinking about memory. Logan to Alpha, possibly. I do hear on frequent. Abbott, I think, is the point. My seatbelt should be on. Next seatbelt's on, yep, like 100 for a first officer. Yes, there are. Probably not on all of them, but some directions, although, yep. Not in and out of Stansted. Really, but down to 5,000 now on the QNH 1024, isn't it? 5000 blue, 1024.
1024 set. Passing 8,800.
Wait a bit for that one.
Now.
Checked. Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
1024 set.
1024 set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
708 feet set.
Auto brake.
Medium armed.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Alright, we can give us a direct perhaps into the final approach fix. Stansted. Just have another check on that's him. He's come online, yeah, way above and way below. Zone. We go to speed descent. So we're making that managed. High for a little bit longer. That's the stuff there. I mean, look out the window. Below can temperature. Cabin crew landing in 10 minutes. So we've got a 5 knot crosswind and a 5 knot headwind. A bit of a mix there. Wind right of the nose coming in.
$1,000 to go.
Checked. Keep it going down to altitude 3,000 feet and 1024. 1000 blue. Activate approach phase. Start to bring that speed back. 13. Won't be long until we've got the anti-ice on loads. Still very mild. This coming in. Traffic. I think it's a wrong area into Stansted. One coming in from the south, fully ahead of them, so good. That's the traffic that's coming on there. 10 miles. They must be descending as well. I'll bring them up. And flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Up with a layer. You know that traffic. We may get a TCAS now if we We're going into Barkway and turning. Solid. Heading in. Yeah, way. What's going on? Let's not get too distracted by it, but hello out there as well. This is Ryanair. I think it's a Ryanair. Or is it the Stansted to Dublin? No one should be lining up on my approach. We're clear. Okay. Excellent. So we're inbound. Get the landing system on. Landing slowly. At this point I can activate the approach phase. Inbound and heading. Cat feature will autopilot 1 and 2 and we'll lock glider slate blue. Rate speed now 180 for that we to glide state star lock star. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2. 1,000 to go.
Checked. Capturing glide slope. So we've got the missed approach altitude in the window already. 3,000 is blue. Glide slope. Traffic easy 84 Tango Victors on the ILS. Runway 25 at 10 miles, Luton. Oh, I'm not even on frequency, am I? So, off the cat earlier. Lock. Traffic easy 84 Tango Victors on the ILS. Runway 25 at 9 miles, Luton. Just get my recording on. Forward. Remind me to look at that because I've always been recording these flights and never look at the. If it's any good, if we bury it in the ground, we'll just get about that one.
2,500.
Radio altimeter alive.
Correct. Gear down.
Sunset traffic, Ryanair 1 kilo.
Gear down.
Island approach runway 22.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
3 seats for landing, please. Seats for landing. Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Ryanair 1 kilo, Delta 5 mile 5
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Fully visual, 2 whites, 2 reds. Go around 3,000. That. Straight ahead to 2.3 into Lima Juliet and left on 088.
Ryanair 2 1 kilo, Delta 5 mile final.
1,000.
My control. Cat 1. Wind right to nose, 8 knots. Three reds. Correcting.
Down for traffic, runway 21
There we
kilo
go.
down, 2.5 mile run on runway 22.
Minimum.
Continue.
One hundred. 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Spoilers, reverse green, decel. "70 knots.
And you're braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Luton. Vacating hotel as briefed. Oh, if I hit the
Runway 21 kilo going around.
let's just start the first officer float. Starting the spoilers. There's I should put the maps up as well. That's just going in now. Excellent. Your left side.
Clear right side.
I don't measure by feet per minute descent rate, I measure feet from centre line. You're doing your type rating, that's more important. Hopefully I didn't land too softly, because that's also very bad. Right, where should we... After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Runway 21 kilo downwind to land after touch and go.
Lights off. Taxi lights off. Sorry, okay, I don't need the fan on. Well off there today. Look. Good is it? Very good. Parking brake set. Shut down engine 2.
Runway 21 kilo hotel level.
Oh, I do that. Oh, shit.
About 2 minutes we'll be turning onto the ILS again, runway 22.
Shutting down engine 1. The electric power on. Oh yes, it's because I said shut down engine 2, so it thinks we're doing a single engine taxi.
21 kilo hotel turning right onto
Right, and N2 is good now. We can turn the beacon off, seatbelts off. Handy board. That's just about an hour, there we go. Chop to chop. That should have. Oh, there he goes. He's doing it. I didn't do that. The first officer did it. I was just about to pull him up on that. I was just about to pull my first officer off, but no, it should have been done before it goes on stand. In fairness, but that's probably
21 kilo turnabout.
kind of following an FS2 crew stop rather than an EasyJet stop or a particular airline. So it's different, I guess.
It's 9 survey. Apnea at 666 heavy, about 20 mile final on S2. So
But yeah, FS2 crew, Chris. That's what we got running in the background. So we used it yesterday on stream. I had it on open voice, and obviously I practiced earlier the day. I did a few test sectors, so I wasn't speaking to anybody. But with VATSIM and streaming and you know, giving my voiceover, it was interfering with the FS2 crew. But we've had no issues today once I put the trigger to talk in. So a side stick trigger, and that's what we used today. So that worked very well. I don't know what you thought about that, but it seemed pretty good from my end. I can turn the ATC off for you now. No, that worked pretty well from my end, and it does take the pressure off once you've got it set up. So it, I should do the parking checklist. Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Set.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
As well. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. That actually, key areas where it helps are your lights and things like that. So when you're flying in the sim, the fixed spots while you're taxiing, because you are single crewed, remember, so generally, so you're not faffing around with click spots and that kind of thing, looking away. It's obviously easier in the real world to sort of glance up and you can still see where you're going. Well, you got one hand on the tiller, for example, you're taxiing, but it's the simisms, isn't it? So it does help with some of those. So I think we just have to make sure you got it under control. And as we experienced yesterday, we had a fight. It didn't end very well. So we had to get rid of first officer. So had to tie them up, back them out. So yeah, no. Once you get how to play it, got the settings right there. So it was asking for wing lights there at the end. I don't need wing lights. Probably maybe a setting for that I need to check, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that actually. So a good little flight, and maybe keeping Yank on his toes, I might get another one in later. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe another short one. Maybe we'll see. I like little short flights. Just getting the landings in, and then yeah, we'll have a play, get your control software in, and I'll have a play with that. I'll have it dropping a link. I'll go and sort the bot out, punish the bot, and hopefully you can chuck that into Discord. Excellent. Thanks very much for watching this afternoon. Maybe catch you again later on, but enjoy the rest of your afternoon in any case, and have a good one. Take care.